What is your biggest pet peeve as you supersize and grow your business? Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here with Supersize Your Business. And today we are going to talk about pet peeves. The idiom pet peeves became popular in the 1900s, early 1900s. Actually, it was introduced by a cartoonist in the Chicago Tribune for 4 years between 1916 and 1920. There was a comic strip, a single pane comic strip called The Little Pet Peeve. And it was really, really popular. And so that's what really spread and made popular the term pet peeve. Now, what does it mean? Pet peeve is, of course, something that annoys or bothers a person really very, very much. Now, I used the scratching on the chalkboard because if you had a teacher like I did, we all had that one teacher that used this to demonstrate or to get our attention. They would scratch their nails along the chalkboard and it would just, set your teeth on edge. Anything that sets your teeth on edge or gives you that icky feeling in the back of your neck, that would be considered a pet peeve. So I went and I looked up a list of 25 pet peeves, the 25 right now current most common pet peeves, and I was surprised to see that some weren't on there, but I'm going to share the list and then I'll add the ones I was surprised weren't on there. And you can add in the comments below your biggest pet peeves or pet peeves that you notice aren't on this list. I guess this is a more updated list because it's got selfies on it. So number one, loud eating or drinking, people that slurp or chomp their gum or things like that. Number two, double dipping, people that double dip chips in a sauce or something or bread in a sauce or anything like that. That irritates a lot of people. Cracking your gum. Like my mom used to always say, you sound like a cow. You guys are chomping your gum like cows, chewing their cuds. So that was not a compliment back then. Fourth, cracking your knuckles or other body parts. I will admit, this one drives me crazy because my daughter and my son-in-law, they can crack all kinds of stuff, like their fingers and their hands and their backs and their knees. And it kind of creeps me out. Number five, fanatics. People that are fanatical about anything. Boy, they're all over the place. So if fanatics bother you, you are really bothered right now. Sixth, chronically late. And this is one that definitely bothers me in business. People that are always late or think that they're so important or that everything that they have to do, their schedule is more important than everyone else. And so they're just always late. People stealing your food. I guess I've never had that really happen to me that I can think of. But apparently people stealing your food is very irritating for many. 8, people that don't use their turn signal. I haven't driven for a couple of years, but I will tell you, this drives me nuts. Why do you not want people to know where you're going? It's not a big secret, right? I want everybody to know where I'm going when it comes to driving, at least. Number 9, strangers standing too close to you. Now, I suppose with COVID, this has really made people conscious, but now they've got, the big circles on the floor or stand here messages so everybody knows how far apart to stand, right? Before I think it was like everybody's got like a 3-foot or a 6-foot bubble. It was a 3-foot bubble. Now with COVID, it's of course a 6-foot bubble. Everybody wants you to stay out of their 3 or 6 feet if they're a stranger. Number 10, staring. I, for one, would agree with this. I don't like it when people stare, especially if they stare in a judgmental, rude way. 11, interrupting. This should be on my list. I don't like to be interrupted, but I am terrible about interrupting. Getting better, but still terrible. 12, negativity. That one bugs me too. I mean, if people are obsessively negative, that makes me crazy. 13, cell phone obsession. There didn't used to be cell phones, but now people are bothered by cell phone obsession. And I would agree. You go out to a restaurant, if you go out to a restaurant these days, and you'll see a table of 4 or 6 or 8 people, and all of them will be on their phone. Instead of talking to one another and engaging, they're all on their device looking for something to either show one another or talk about, or because they're bored or for whatever reason. It's just kind of rude, right? Bad etiquette, bad emotional intelligence. 14, third person that refers to themselves in the third person all the time. I will admit, as a grandma, I am terrible about this. I call myself grandma all the time. And since I see this as a huge negative for a lot of people and it's a pet peeve for them, I'm going to consciously attempt to stop doing that so much. This one I'm also guilty of. 15, foot tapping, knee bouncing, or pen clicking. I do not click my pen that I'm aware of, but I definitely tap my foot and have my knee going all the time. I like to say it's because I'm ADHD and I have tons of energy, and I think that's true, but if it annoys people, I try to not do it. Leaving hair in the drain, that is annoying, but I'm sure I'm guilty of that as well. The more hair you have, the more likely you are to leave hair in the drain. 17, paying for shipping. Apparently, people don't want to ever pay for shipping. Interesting. Spend more money. You're going to pay for it one way or the other. It's going to either be in the price of the product or you're going to pay directly for shipping. So you choose, you decide. Selfie-obsessed people are a pet peeve for many. 19, not picking up after your dog. Oh, that's a biggie for me. There's a place I like to go walk called the Dike here in Hudson, Wisconsin. And inevitably, it's a big cement half bridge across the St. Croix River, it used to be. And people inevitably don't pick up after their dogs. It drives me nuts because little kids run there all the time. I'm grown up. I can walk around poop, but little kids will step in it and then their moms and dads have to deal with it. And it ruins their whole day at the beach, right? 20, passive-aggressive tone. If people use a passive-aggressive tone, that is a pet peeve for many. 21, sidewalk etiquette. I didn't know there were rules for walking on the sidewalk, but I suppose I do get annoyed when people walk on the wrong side of the sidewalk and then make me move around them. 22, public grooming. I'm sure in my car in the morning going to corporate America, I was guilty of that at times. 23, blocking entrances and exits. I guess I've never really thought much about that one. Oh, saving gum, number 24. People hate it when you save gum. 25, using the word literally all the time, and usually literally with air quotes. That's especially irritating to people. And there's actually a bonus one, 26, the one-upper. I would say different personality types, anything to an extreme is going to irritate some people. So the one-upper, the professor, the know-it-all, the teacher's pet, all those categories of things that people get irritated by. Now, my question is, where is the toilet paper or the toilet seat up? Where is nails on the chalkboard? Where is the direction of the toilet paper? There seems to be lots of debate about that. And then with respect to business, people that overpromise. My personal pet peeves are people that overpromise and underdeliver. Drives me crazy. People that promise things that they have no intention of delivering on just to get a sale makes me nuts. Selling to everybody makes me nuts. People with using sleazy, outdated sales tactics and manipulation makes me crazy in business. Any unethical behavior or habits or hacks or practices, or people teaching and selling things that are unethical or over the line, all that makes me crazy in business. And one thing that really drives me crazy with other businesses is when you can't get in touch with a human being. Have you ever tried to contact anyone at any of the big social media companies? Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, any of those? Forget about it. Probably Instagram's the same way, but I've never tried to contact anyone there. Super frustrating. Even utilities and cell phone companies and things like that, it's really frustrating when it takes forever to get to a human being. I did a lot of work in the financing industry and the banking industry for a while with respect to real estate, and I cannot tell you how frustrating it was to be on hold and wait and go through person to person to person to person, but you couldn't even get a person. You just went through chains and chains and chains till you finally got to a person that told you they were the wrong person, and then you had to go back through the chain again to get to the person. So share in the comments below your experience with pet peeves. What is your biggest number one business related pet peeve? Share that in the comments below, and I will be with you tomorrow with another emotion related idiom for the month of February. Have an awesome day. Any questions, ask. Otherwise, be with you tomorrow.